Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel, Trusted Gem Goddess Quita, or you can call me Quita. Either one will do, I answer to both. Please like, share, subscribe, donate, all that good jazz. You guys, I post on Spiritual Justice Gem and Trusted Gem. I know it's been a little minute since I post. Forgive me, I've been working really hard. So we're gonna get straight into this. This is a message. I got this message a couple of days ago, but I'm just not recording it. Well, I recorded it before, but it's super long, so I'm trying to just break the video back down into smaller and just give you the gist of everything. So it's a lot of sadists that's in the White House, as we know. Republicans and the Democrat Party have a lot of sadists in them. There are a lot of sadists. They have a lot of sadistic ways. They like to see people suffer. Since we were evolving consciously and people was actually being prosperous and coming up, they had to devise a plan in order to keep our consciousness from rising and put us in lower states and to put us back in survival mode, because the whole thing is that they don't want us to thrive. They thrive off of us not thriving, just surviving. They're doing like high cortisone level spells. So you see a lot of people who have the beard, females who in the round bellies, males and females who can't get rid of the belly no matter how much they exercise. It's because they do high cortisone spells upon the American population. They do a lot of hypnosis spells, and that's what our hippocampus, our Amy, which is our almagata. They also like to put virus and infections in the air. They're increasing surveillance, police for surveillance. A lot of evil eyes going on, a lot of confusion. There's a lot of lies and misinformation going on as well. They're attacking our nervous system, making people have strokes and things of that nature. These are the things that these people are working on. This is why the government is shut down, because they're working on spell work and stuff like that. The ones that's witches and warlocks, they're working on these spell works and getting their agenda across. Have you ever noticed, do you notice the people who left the White House and after they was president or vice president or first lady, they seek fields in like you could tell the ones that really have these who's really anti-Christ country, because they have to go be a governor. They have to start doing book deals. They have to start doing all this stuff that get them so much public recognition, because that's what they feed off of. Every time you see all these people in the media, not saying everybody that's in the media are narcissistic or have these are antichrist, but these people, like the president, being the president is one of the highest level position. Being the first lady, all of those are high level positions within our economy, within our social status and things of that nature. And it's just like they can't seem to stay at the spotlight. They always have to be in the spotlight, and that's how you know when people have other agendas. Always want to be somewhere near the government so they can have a hand in who's running. They could be handlers. They could do a lot of different type of stuff, because a lot of these people who are narcissistic that's in high positions are purposely that way, because that's how the clubs that they in and the things that they celebrate and worship, that's how they have to be mentally impaired in order. They can't be in their full power, because then they'll choose to sin. So these people willfully be in these secret societies and things of that nature to keep Satan's agenda going, to stay in power and control. Being satanic is, about power and control. It's about having the best of the best and while other people suffer. It's not about the greater good at all. So it's very selfish agenda. I know I haven't really spoken on the government shutdown, and this is just demonic. This is just demonic spells and rituals and demonic activity. I'm looking at a post on CNN, and it has a woman saying that SNAP recipient says she's deciding between putting a gas in her car or buying something to eat, and the person that has on here, their eyes are fully black dilated. These are narcissistic. These are the type of people that I'm talking about. Her eyes are fully, they're all black, and I don't know if they notice that picture they're all black, but these are people that they're putting in place. These a lot of people who are like I said, mutations who are basically created in a lab and not birthed how we are birthed. These people are more subjected to the magic, to demonic, so that's why they had to create all those how they call them, bots or MP3s, or people who are not divinely orchestrated from the Most High God. That's why they had to do that in order to that's why they had to do that in order to get to basically down the frequency, bring down the frequency of the consciousness, which of the world basically. And then on top of that, they have to have distractions, people that look like people who are poor but they're demonic and doing demonic things. They have to because they're never going to let God's people, really true people of God, really prosper. We have to fight our way through and claw our way through everything because of these demonic agendas. God's burden is easy and light, so anything that's hard is sent from the devil. And this Trump won't do this, and this is just a rule to get us. They want us to be up in a war, so we are stealing. I've noticed that they even have security at gas stations, at convenience stores now. They increase more security. There's more police on the highway than anything because of the government shutdown, because they think people are going to be stealing and doing all those things and cause a riot. They're ready to enforce martial law upon us. That's exactly what they want to do. They want to enforce martial law upon us so that they can fill up their jail, so they want their agenda going across by any means necessary. They're trying to force us into survival mode so we can, in the lower vibration, you could be in lower vibration and not steal and not participate in these things. Start growing your own seeds, start growing your own stuff, start doing that thing. I know it takes time, but God will provide a way. Sometimes I used to be hungry, didn't even know I was hungry, and that was God just reorchestrating my digestive system, the way that it runs, the way that my hunger pain works. God can redirect all of those things for you guys. It's just a matter of prayer. It's a matter of supplication and submitting to the will of God. A lot of people who are not going to submit unto the will of God, or they're going to just lose their lives, because I told you we're at this point where it's either you do or die. It's either you do right or do wrong, and God is not forcing nobody to do right or do wrong. It's just that's the stage we come to because of people like Donald Trump, people like Barack Obama, people like Jay-Z, people like all these celebrities, greedy and full of greed and wants their agenda and power to go across. So you have to depend on God to orchestrate and divinely lead and guide your steps. And here is Charlemagne on here. They got him on the China Fox News. They got him on here too, and he told y'all he's a Republican. He said that. He said he's a Republican, and he's telling the Democrats just to end the shutdown. It's not even about Democrats or Republicans. They both have the same agendas. It's about rich and poor. That's exactly what it's about. It's about good people versus the divine people versus the satanic people. And you can see satanic people is on both sides. They're Democrats and Republicans. If not, Donald Trump and Barack Obama wouldn't be on the same Epstein list. If that was the case, Jay-Z and Beyonce wouldn't be on the same Epstein list as Donald Trump. Donald is a Republican. Barack Obama he served as a Democrat president. He endorsed Kamala. Like, come on. It's not. They trying to make it like it's Democrats versus Republican. A good guy. They're playing the good guy, bad guy. A good cop, bad guy, cop psychological routine. And That's not what's going on. They're making it seem like that. One side is good, one side is evil, but both sides are evil. Because if that was the case, Barack Obama would not be on the Epstein list. Donald Trump would not be on the same list. They would not be partying and having the same interests, because nobody can serve two masters. You have to give up one and serve the other. So it's clear what's going on here. It's a distraction. They're focused on spell work. They're focused on strategizing how that they're going to enforce martial law. They want to impeach Donald Trump, and this is all by design, you guys. Make it. Please understand that it is not by coincidence that this is going on. It's all orchestrated. So if it's all orchestrated, part of the plan, a part of the coup, why pay attention? Why? You know what I'm saying? Why even? We have to start depending on ourselves, because clearly the government showed us that we can't depend on them. They're not, and there's nobody who, it seems like nobody can be above Trump. They're trying to make Trump like he's something that nobody can be above, and that's not the case. This is not the case. That's what's going on here. This is not the case. This is not the case, and that's what they want us to believe. It's just good versus evil right now. People who want to live right and people who want to live in a lower state and continue to put our people, children at risk, our health at risk. And this is what's going on. The weak from the terror is being, the weak from the strong is really what's going on here on a deeper level, spiritually. And it's spiritually. If they can control the food, control the resources, they can control us spiritually, because of all the things they put in our foods and what they recommend for us to eat and all this and stuff. And when we can just simply go back to the old ways of how the spiritualists and, how they call people witches or whatever, were doing things. They have their own recipes. And then we have science to back certain things up. So we have all what we need. We have more than enough. It's just people who are greedy that's at the top. People who have different agendas than what the Most High, because the Most High would have never left people without food stamps. The Most High would not have cut food stamps. If anybody was being led by the Most High God, that would not have happened. Not that in that particular way. If they wanted to cut food stamps and the truth should, and they really was worried about what we were eating, they wouldn't make the food in the first place. The supermarkets wouldn't allow it to operate the way they operate. The female seed would not be stripped from American soil, and only certain people hold the female seeds. It just wouldn't be that way. Community gardens would be enforced. People to grow their own crops and to share, that would be enforced if they really wanted us to stop being hungry. If they really had a agenda in mind, they would not have made us depend on food stamps in the first place. It would just be a supplement, and it would not have to be the way that these people are portraying it. These are just tactics of the enemy to take our eyes off prayer, meditation, off the being divine, off the ascending, off of what their bad deeds. They're mad because we understand that they're pedophiles. They're mad because we understand that they're being led by demonic energies and entities, and they worship demonic energies and entities, and they're mad about that. They're mad because we see that Jay-Z and Beyonce ain't who they say they are. Well, they're mad because they portray one thing and then go behind a door or a house or 4 buildings or however, mansions or whatever they do, or go in the woods, and they participate in all type of activities that goes against their own soul. Anybody that goes against their own soul, you can always bank on them being mentally insane. And it's not in a way that people always say people who are insane are just stupid, unintelligent, just don't know what they're doing. If that was the case, it would be easier to lock all their asses up. But that's not how that goes. They blend in, they mimic, they have personality disorders, they siphon energy, and this is what they do. They destiny swap all day, every day. Just like Sean Combs, he got in the prison that he wanted to get in, and there's a reason behind that. These are the things that they don't want us to focus on, so we can't pray against him But nobody really care about Sean Combs going to the facility he's in. Nobody really cares about that. You get what I'm saying? These are the things that they're guilty. Their mind is guilty of things, so they think that we think like them. And when you're high Christ, you don't think like low vibrational people think. You get what I'm saying? You empathize with them because you know that they're mentally insane, but you don't think like them. You don't move and indulge in the actions they indulge in. You just don't do it because it's impossible unless you lower your state of consciousness and actually to compare to be with them. And who would do that after you do all this work to become a better person? Who would want to lower their state of consciousness to be dumber when they were already smarter than what? It just don't make sense. Anyways, y'all, that's what I have for now. That's what's going on, and hopefully I can post this video within the next hour. Probably so. I'll probably post it within the next hour, but love you guys. The general readings are coming out soon, so stay tuned.